A lifetime of hard work, children laughing in the kitchen, family photos on a restaurant wall, a legacy that lives on. It all comes from the power of a conversation, like the one Tommy Hall had with First Horizon Bank about taking over his father's Charleston-based restaurant business. Now the table is set for a whole new generation. First Horizon Bank. Let's find a way. Go to firsthorizon.com/Tommy. First Horizon Bank, member FDIC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Amos and Andy Show. One of the great ambitions of Amos' life has been to see Andy working at a steady job. Amos has just run across an idea which he thinks will turn the trick. And right now he's in Andy's office telling him about it.
Now, what do you think of it, Andy?
Well, let me get the thing straight.
Well, in other words, a lot of people is missing. People getting lost. People is trying to trace kinfolk.
Yeah, and you think that I ought to open up a missing people's bureau?
Well, maybe you and the Kingfish together, and the customers pays you for finding lost people.
Yeah, but tell me something. How can anybody get lost? The streets has got signs on them. You can always get the name of the town off the railroad station.
Oh, son, I don't think you got the idea. Suppose that a man is in Pittsburgh, and his kinfolks is here in Harlem, but they don't know that he's in Pittsburgh.
Well, why don't he write home?
Well, maybe he's broke, or, well, say a man's in Baltimore.
Well, now, wait a minute. If the man's broke, how'd he get to Baltimore?
Look, Andy, I'm just trying to give you an example. I ain't talking about no real person.
You mean there ain't no man?
No, there ain't.
Well, we sure wasted a lot of time chasing him all over the country.
No, I tell you, Andy, this missing people's business could really be something. I got the whole idea from a magazine that I read. There are some big companies downtown in New York, like the Nationwide Missing Persons Bureau. They're doing the same thing and doing a great job of it. And you and the Kingfish could go in partners and make a lot of money on the thing.
Well, of course, we ain't going to be as good as them big companies downtown, because they got disconnections all over the country.
Well, that's where my idea come in. You see, the Mystic Knights of the Sea got branch lodges all over the country, too. And with the help of the brothers and the other lodges, why, you really got some connections there.
Yeah. Yeah, Amos, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm going over to see the Kingfish at the lodge right now.
Well, that don't sound like a bad idea at all, Brother Andy.
No, we sure ought to be able to make a lot of money with it.
Oh, you're right about that. I'm definitely interested in the proposition.
You see, Kingfish, this business is perfectly honest and above board.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still interested.
Yeah, well, what you think of it? We call it the Missing People's Bureau. And don't forget, we can find these people through the lodge members all over the country.
Put it there. We is in business, partner, dear. Let's set up the company right now.
Right.
Now, Andy, you as the vice president is going to have a lot of reporting duties.
Yeah, you're right. Wait a minute. Just a minute. Did you say vice president?
Yeah, that's right. You as the vice president. Oh, it's going to be great.
Now, excuse me for protruding, Kingfish. But has we got a president of our company?
Oh, certainly we got a president. After all, when you got a vice president, you got to have somebody that the vice president can be vice to. You can't do that.
Well, now, excuse me for protruding again, Kingfish. But who is our president?
The president is, me.
By what great landslide did you arrive in on? Why has you always got to be president, Kingfish?
Oh, listen, Andy, I hate to talk about this to you, but I'll explain it. Pull all your brains together in one lump now.
Yeah, I'm pushing. I got it. Go ahead.
Partner, dear, no man can live forever. Now, if something happened to me as president of our business would continue to prosper because a capable, two-fisted businessman as you, the vice president, would step into my shoes.
Yeah, I guess I would.
But on the other hand, Andy, if you was the president of our company and something happened to you, like getting shot, or falling in the river and drowning, or getting run over by a 5-ton truck, poor, ignorant, no good, incapable me would never be able to step into your shoes.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, so it's up to you, Andy. If you want to be president, we'll make the switch right now.
Oh, no. The job sounds too dangerous to me.
Well, then let's get going. Now, the first thing we want to do is to call up Gwendell over at the newspaper, put an ad in the Harlem paper, letting the people know that we is running a missing persons bureau.
Well, fellas, I see your ad in the paper yesterday. Y'all started business, huh?
Yeah, just waiting for customers.
Yeah, just waiting for somebody to lose somebody, Emma.
Yeah, we is all organized already. The Kingfish is president and I is the vice president.
Oh, you only the vice president, huh?
Yeah, well, that's just till the Kingfish get hit by a 5-ton truck.
You see, Amos, I is handling the dangerous part.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you mean, but I guess it's all right. I think if you fellas work hard at this thing, you can really make a success out of this.
Well, we going ahead full speed.
Well, good luck to you, and I'll see you tomorrow, fellas. So long.
So long, Amos.
So long, Amos. You know, Andy, that's a pretty good idea Amos got for us, this Missing People's Bureau. We ought to do something for Amos.
Yeah, well, if he ever lose anybody, why, we'll find him and give Amos 10% discount.
We really organized good here, Andy. And I even got 3 dozen beautiful handkerchiefs, too. Oh, we is all set here.
Handkerchief? What is they for?
Oh, well, when somebody come in here and start talking about their lost relative, it's only natural that they gonna start crying. And we want them to know that in time of their sorrow, we thinks of everything.
Yeah, and you gonna give him a handkerchief?
Yeah, the wholesale price is 25 cents each. That's what we're gonna do there. Sort of a subsidiary thing we got there.
Yeah. You is really thinking of everything, ain't you?
Oh, I tell you, this is gonna be great. You know that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now look here. If this is a customer, let me handle the thing. Now you just keep quiet. Come in.
How do you do? Is this the Missing People's Bureau?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah, won't you sit down on that box, madam? These chairs that we are sitting in is the only 2 we got. Our furniture is out being stuffed over.
Thank you.
Plead your case, madam.
Well, my name is Mrs. William Selby. I'm interested in locating an aunt of mine that I have not seen in 10 years.
Andy, not yet. Put them handkerchiefs back. Go ahead, Miss Selby.
Well, it so happens that this aunt of mine, her name is Bertha Brand. She took care of me all during my childhood.
She did, huh?
And she nursed me through 2 serious illnesses. She supported me. In fact, she ruined her own life taking care of me.
Must have been a wonderful woman.
Well, anyway, when I got married, she left. And I've been out of touch with her for the past 10 years. But now my husband's doing fine. I'm in a position to give her the care and help that I know she needs very much in her old age.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing you was doing, Miss Selby.
You can see why I want to find this poor old helpless lady.
Is you got any idea where she is at?
Well, no. That's why I've come to you. I've got to find her. I just have a feeling that she's all alone somewhere and needs me.
Do you really think that she's all alone?
Yes, I do.
And,
yeah, Kingfish.
Pass me one of them handkerchiefs, will you, please?
To tell you the truth, Kingfish, I is regusted with you.
Well, now, don't worry about it, Andy. We'll get business.
Listen, we ain't gonna get no place if every time a customer says something sad, you're gonna bust out crying.
Oh, well, Brother Andy, can I help it if I was the senseless type?
Listen, Kingfish. Listen here, you gotta get tough in this business.
Yeah.
I don't blame the woman for walking out after seeing the president break down. Listen, if we're going to get anywhere, you got to keep a lip up a stiff.
I promise you, partner dear, I'll hold my motion.
Yeah, well, it ain't just that we lose a customer, but it's the cash expense that it costs us.
What do you mean?
Well, you done sniffled up 2 of our brand new handkerchiefs.
Well, I tell you, Andy,
Come in.
well, Brother Crawford and his wife.
How do you do? Come on in here, John.
But dear, can't we talk this over before we go ahead?
John!
Yes, dear.
Well, what brings you all here?
Yeah, what can we do for you?
My wife...
John! I will take care of this. Now, boys, last night Amos told me that you were running a missing people's bureau, and we want to find my dear brother. We haven't seen him for a long time. He's my own flesh and blood, and I don't know where the poor boy is.
Gee, I hope you find the fellow all right.
Kingfish, pull yourself together, will you?
But dear, I am sure that your brother is happy wherever he is.
Well, Mrs. Crawford, you has done come to the right place. We'll get your brother. Our slogan is, if they is above the ground, we'll find him.
You see, boys, I have been telling my dear wife here that trying to find her brother is a waste of time and money. He is the Rolling Stone type and always has been.
Well, that's our business, Brother Crawford. Keep these stones from rolling.
On this piece of paper is his full name, complete description, and everything. And I want to bring him back to live with us.
Just a minute, though, dear. Living with us. Now, we don't want to inconvenience your brother. Maybe the boy would rather continue being a bum.
John? You forget that I'm a carver.
Yeah, well, we'll find him.
But, dear, what is the use of putting your brother to all of the trouble of coming back and cutting down my clothes to fit him and everything?
Just a minute, John.
What is the fact?
Well, 4 years ago, he was in Oklahoma. Then we heard he was in Texas. And the last word we heard, he was in Michigan.
Heading south, huh? Yeah.
Personally, dear, I would love to have your brother Louis live with us, but would it be right to have Louis here and his heart in Michigan?
Shut up, John. I want him found.
Yes, dear.
Now, boys, John got a nice Christmas bonus, and he will take care of the finance.
Oh, that will be $10.
Yeah, if he can be found, we'll find him.
John, give the boys $10.
Yes, dear, yes.
Amos assures me that you boys are doing everything you can to make a success of this business. And I'm depending on you to find my brother Louis.
Here you are, boys. Here is $10.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll take it.
Come, John. And as soon as you're here, be sure to let me know.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, so long. Listen, Kingfish, now I know that you is the president, but this company has got 2 treasures. Give me $5.
The reason I have come back here to your office alone is a matter of very confidential nature.
Yeah, what is it, Brother Crawford?
Yeah, what's the matter?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you that my wife is very unhappy. And it's about this brother-in-law of mine.
Well, don't get impatient. We're going to find your brother-in-law.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of. My brother-in-law, Louis, is a bum. He will lay around my house, do nothing, wear my clothes, eat like a horse, and almost drive me crazy.
Yeah, that's standard equipment for brother-in-laws. Yeah.
In other words, well, boys, this is the first time that I have ever crossed my wife. And for goodness sakes, don't tell her. But I am willing to pay through the nose.
What do you mean?
I will pay you boys $25 if you do not find my brother-in-law, Louis.
Brother Crawford, you has done made a deal.
Yeah, the vice president seconds the motion. Yes.
My wife says that the search must go on for 30 days. Now, boys, if you can arrange not to find him by then, I will give you $25.
You can count on us, Brother Crawford. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Thank you very much, and goodbye.
So long. So long.
You know something, Andy?
What's that, Kingfish?
We might make more money not finding people.
The time is a week later. The boys are still in the missing people's business and thus far have been very successful in not finding Mr. Crawford's brother-in-law.
So everything going along all right, huh, Andy?
Oh, yeah, we is really rolling.
You know, Andy, like I told you before, if you get stuck on any of these cases you get, that big company downtown called the Nationwide Missing Persons Bureau can help you. They find an awful lot of people.
Yeah, well, we'll never need them, I don't think. Course, I got a lot of
Well,
things.
hello there, boys. Glad you're here, Andy. Glad you're here.
What you so excited about, Kingfish?
Andy, I think we're going to have a little trouble on the Crawford case. Brother Crawford just told me that his wife is getting jumpy about us not finding a brother, and she going to call up here and see why we ain't getting no action for her.
Well, I don't know why she's complaining. You was looking for a brother, ain't you?
Oh, sure. We've been looking for him all over, but he ain't there.
Yeah, you see, Amos,
Well, I'll be running along now, fellas. See you later.
Yeah, okay, Amos, okay.
I'll answer the phone. Missing People's Bureau, President speaking.
Kingfish, this is Mrs. John Crawford.
Oh, yes, Miss Crawford.
A whole week has passed, and I've heard nothing from you about my brother Lewis.
Oh, we is right after him, though, Miss Crawford. We gonna find him.
Yes, but how long are you going to take? You haven't even put an ad in any of the Harlem papers asking for information about it.
Yeah, well, we was just getting ready to put an ad in the newspaper now.
But I want to see that ad.
Yeah, well, you see, ain't no sense in putting it in the Harlem paper, 'cause if he was in Harlem, you would have seen him on the street. We want to put the ad in a big paper.
Well, I want to see it when you do.
Yeah, well, we'll clip it and bring it to you.
All right. Goodbye.
And Miss Crawford wants action. We gotta put the ad in the paper.
Yeah, but don't forget our deal with her husband. If we puts an ad in the paper, why, Lewis is liable to see it and show up, and we'll lose the $25 that Brother Crawford promised us.
Yeah, well, we gotta put an ad in the paper about that loaf, Andy. And I know just the paper to put it in.
Which one is that?
The Wall Street Journal.
Lewis.
Yes, Mr. Burns.
By the way, did you take those stock sheets over to the cashier?
Yes, I gave them to him.
Oh, fine. Now, Mr. Marshall wants you to take these bonds over to 64 Wall Street. It's a rush.
I'll get them right over there.
Oh, and one more thing. This ad in today's Wall Street Journal. Could this by any chance be you?
What is that there?
Right here.
Say, that do sound like it mean me, don't it?
Yeah.
Lewis Carlton. Yeah. That's the same way I spell my name, too.
Might be something important.
Yeah. Anybody knowing the whereabouts of Lewis Carlton, please communicate with the Stevens Brown Missing People's Bureau, 135th Street. Please keep this ad confidential. Say, Mr. Burns, after I deliver these bonds, I better run on up there and see what this is all about.
Hey, Kingfish, look, some fella coming in here. Look like a customer.
Yeah, it do look like that, don't it? Look like the type of fella that might be missing somebody. Come in, sir, come in.
Thank you.
What can we do for you, mister?
Well, you had an ad in the Wall Street Journal that you wanted some information about the whereabouts of Lewis Carlton.
Yeah, well, that ad don't mean nothing. Here, have a cigar. Just forget about it.
Yeah, just ignore the whole thing. It's just one of them cases where we're looking for somebody, and on top of that, why, we ain't looking for them.
Yeah, well, see you again sometime, buddy.
Well, I happen to be Lewis Carlton.
Yeah, well, if you... wait a minute, you can't do that to us.
What do you mean, boys?
You is Lewis Carlton?
Yes, that's my name.
Wait a minute now. Let's talk this thing over quietly. Andy, you see the picklement we're getting in here?
Yeah. Well, you see, Mr. Carlton, sit on that box over there, will you?
Yeah,
I want to talk to my partner here.
Yeah, but Andy, we got two deals. And one is 10 to do it, and one is 25 not to do it.
I know that, the same as you do.
And to do it looks like it's ahead of the not to do it.
Wait a minute. What is your name again?
Lewis Carlton.
Still the same.
Andy, we got to get him out of town.
Sure is.
Miss Carlton, step up to our desk here. Let me explain to you how these mistakes is made.
Yeah, explain to him how we run our business.
That's what I'm going to do. You see, our stenographer makes a lot of mistakes, and I can't figure out why the head stenographer of our Missing People's Bureau is put your name in the ad.
Well, why didn't you ask her?
She ain't here. We don't know where she is. She's missing.
Yeah, you see, she used to work in the back part of the office right behind that petition there. We went back there to look for her yesterday, and she was gone.
So you see, Louis, this whole thing has done been a mistake.
Yeah, and the best thing for you to do is to forget all about it. Tell me, if you ever think about traveling?
Not me. I was already been where I was going.
Yeah, but for a change, you ought to get away from the humdrum resistance of the city life, you know. Get out with the trees and the brooks and the babbling birds and that stuff, you know. Get away from everything.
Yeah, special us.
I tell you, I don't want to go away. I'm happy right where I is.
Yeah, but there must be a lot of places you ain't seen. The Grand Canyon, for instance.
Listen, of all things, I don't want to go peeping down no Grand Canyon. Why, a man could fall into a place like that and get lost.
Yeah. Now we're getting somewhere.
That ain't for me. That ain't for me, brother.
Look, then, why don't you go out to California? Yeah, that's it, California. Beautiful golden California, where the sun meets the moon, and the moon meets the movie stars, and everybody else meets everybody else. It's wonderful out
there. Yeah, we'll take you right down to Depot now.
Yeah, and don't forget to drop us a postcard sometime.
Now, wait a minute. I ain't going no place.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Look coming across the street.
Oh, me. The Missing People's Bureau is having trouble right now.
Yeah, that's all your fault, Kingfish. There she comes.
I just happened to be passing here. John is on his way over now. Louis, my brother.
Sister, what is you doing in here?
Oh, you dear boy, I'm so glad to see you. And Andy, Kingfish, you've done a fine job. Oh, Louis, I'm so happy we found you. Where have you been?
I've been living over in Brooklyn. Gee, I'm glad to see you, sister. So you was the one that was looking for me, huh?
Yes, and this is wonderful to have you back. Kingfish, you and Andy have done a good job.
Yeah, I'll say we is.
Louis, to think that after all these years I found you. Oh, look. Here comes John across the street. He'll be surprised to see you, Louis.
Yeah, this is really a surprise party.
Wait a minute. I've got an idea. Louis, let's you and me hide in the back office behind that petition. Then we can jump out and John all over, and he'll really be surprised.
Wait a minute, though, Miss Crawford. Don't you see we
Come
can't...
on, Louis. We'll leave the door open so we can hear what they're saying. Come on, John.
Kingfish.
Yeah, I know. Come in, Brother Crawford. How's everything going at the office with you?
Yeah.
Very good, boys, very good. But what I wanted to check with you was...
Listen, Brother Crawford, nice weather we have, ain't it?
I am not interested in the weather. I want to talk to you about that big bum brother-in-law of
Oh, yeah, let's everybody start singing here.
Halfway into Act Bay,
Just a minute, fellas. I am a very busy man. Now, boys, we have made a secret agreement. And I just want to make sure that you don't double-cross me and find that no good brother-in-law of mine. You remember that when I promised you $25 not to find my brother-in-law, you said you would not find him. Now, Kingfish, will you please stop pinching me?
Well, I just trying to get some dirt off your coat there.
Come on. Let's all get out of here, Brother Crawford.
My wife is always talking about her being a Carlton. And just between the three of us, none of the Carltons has anything to brag about.
Oh, me.
John Crawford, what does all this mean?
Why, dear, Louis.
I've heard every word, and I'll straighten this mess out in 1 minute.
Just a second. What is you going to do, Miss Crawford?
Kingfish, you and Andy are running a crooked business, and I'm going to turn you both over to the police. Hand me that telephone.
Come on, Andy. Let's get out of here.
Coming right with you, King.
And as for you, John Crawford.
Just a minute, Kingfish. Andy, wait just a minute. How many places did you go to, Lightning?
I has done gone all over.
So was I. Well, I guess I'll call up.
I see Mrs. Crawford's brother sleeping in the parlor at Brother Crawford's house.
Oh, you did, huh?
Hello?
Is this the Nationwide Missing Persons Bureau?
Yes?
I want to report 2 missing people that has been gone for several days. George Stevens and Andrew Brown.
You better make it 3, Miss Amos. Mrs. Crawford can't find a husband either.
Be sure to join us again next Friday night at this same time for another Amos and Andy show. Our program is broadcast to our armed forces everywhere. Until next Friday, then, this is Harlow Wilcox speaking for all of us, bidding all of you a pleasant good night.